You probably have a website currently right now, but I can guarantee you, you don't have the 12 items we'll be going over in today's video. So by the end of the video, we're not only going to give you the 12 items, we're also going to give you a downloadable so you can download this and make more business, have more success. Because if someone goes to your website currently right now and you don't specifically have these 12 items, you could be missing out on the opportunity of buyers going to your website and then leaving your website and then going to your competitors and then them going and working with your competitors. I'm sure you don't want that. So make sure that you stay into the end of the video so you can have more success with maximizing your website and your buyer page. This video will follow up to another one with the seller side as well, and you will be able to see how to maximize that side as well. Number one, a welcome video. Why not have a welcome video, welcome individuals to your website and hoping to be able to navigate the process of wanting to work with you, and more importantly, how to navigate that specific buyer page so they know exactly what to be expected. And I will give you some examples here in a second on some of our websites that we have here underneath website and Liftoff agent. So make sure you stay into the end. All right, number two, line out the process A through Z. Imagine you being able to line out the process when someone works with you on the buy side, A through Z. Now, you could do something like a text format or you potentially can do video. So that way you can tell your future buyers exactly what it's going to be like when working with you. Number three, FAQs, frequently asked questions. You can be able to drive people to your website when you're not available because you're at a formal listing presentation, you're at dinner, you're on vacation with your family, you send them to your website. The questions could potentially get answered automatically on your site. Now, that might not be as personable, which is totally fine. You might be able to have a conversation, see if they went to the website, see if those questions were answered. And if they weren't, of course, you can still answer them for it. Number four, client testimonials. Now, you can have testimonials automatically feed in. We highly recommend that you use Google My Business for your testimonials. You could also do Zillow and Facebook and Yelp. And also you could potentially do something with a video testimonial. Video testimonials could be as simple as a Zoom call, record the call and just go through what it was like to have the customer work with you. Have some questions already in your mind that you want to ask them. As you work with more clients, you're going to have questions come up. You're going to understand those questions. You can make FAQs on your website. You could have the testimonials on your website, and then you can be able to help navigate the process as an expert, which is awesome. Number five, interview with your preferred lender. You can keep it simple. You could just go on to say a Google Meet or Zoom meeting, record that meeting, have that conversation with your preferred lender, ask them questions about how long they've been in the business, why they got in the business, what makes them unique, what loan programs they specialize in or are seeing that are very popular in the market. Try to make it more generalized. Try not to make it so much on today's time and date because you don't want to have to re-record the video multiple times. More personable, asking questions, going deeper into how you met the preferred lender, how many families you've served and what have you. So that way, potentially your future buyer can be able to get an idea of what it would be like to work with your preferred lender before actually being able to meet them. Number six, a vendors list. Could you imagine having a vendors list? A vendors list can give you an opportunity to be able to line out vendors like movers and potentially anyone that's going to fall in line with the buying process that you potentially can give to your future buyers because your buyers also were going to need a vendors list for the new house. What if they potentially want to paint their house? What if they want solar for their house? What if they want protection, EDP for their house? What if they need a bug person for their house? What if they need a pool cleaner, right? So you want to make sure you premeditate the process of potentially what your future buyer is going to want. And you already have these relationships built. So why not have a preferred vendors list that you literally can search to them, hand to them, and they can be able to leverage. And you could already have that thought through. Number seven, have an IDX tool. An IDX tool is a tool that links to the multiple listing service. You're part of the MLS. So what happens is individuals can search for homes on your website with this tool. They could save searches, set up property alerts. They don't have to be pre-qualified. They could do it digitally. And this could give you an opportunity to be able to be 10 steps ahead. And by having the opportunity for them to have all these things, honestly, just rolled out on a red carpet, you're giving a white glove service. And then they can also be able to start searching for homes, which I think is super smart because then you can track what they're doing and what's happening when they search for homes. Not to mention, of course, you can go on the MLS, You can set the search requirements and bedrooms and bathrooms and what they're looking for specifically, price range. But I think that if they do it themselves, it could save you some time. And then they can, get excited for homes that potentially they may want to purchase. Now, of course, you need to be pre-qualified first. You need to understand what their budget is. Number 8, why not have something that could be downloaded? Imagine the opportunity of having a buyer guide that they could download so they can be able to understand what it's like to be able to work with you. And then, of course, if they can download a buyer's guide, then you can capture first name, last name, and contact information. So like who's been to your website. You give you the analytics within Liftoff Agent, or if you have a website provider, they should give you the Google Analytics or the analytics besides who went to your website. And then from there, you should be able to then find out not only who went to your website, but who watched the videos that you have there, and then who downloaded a guide. And the cool thing about the guide is that once you have the contact information, it can go into your CRM, your customer relationship management tool. And then you could be able to send them out weekly, monthly newsletters to be able to have more value that you could be adding to their bottom line. Number 9 is having them fill out a form, intake form, where you can ask them specific questions. Then they can go through the process of telling you 3, 6, 12 months out. I'll give you an example here in a second on the vibe board behind me. And then they can go through and actually get connected to your preferred lender, where then you could be asking them like what their budget is. Are they pre-approved? Then they can get linked to your preferred lender. They can also go to your CRM system. You can start dripping on them. Your preferred lender could reach out to them, and so on and so forth. Number 10, community videos. Imagine having community videos where you can build know, like, and trust to your future buyers, that they can find you because you're talking about various different cities, communities, parks, restaurants, and things to do in the areas that you specifically serve. Now, these videos on your buyer page could be good for your future buyers, but also could be great because videos on YouTube are considered evergreen, and evergreen content on YouTube is forever going to be there. So what happens is you potentially can get linked up with your future buyer, future seller with this evergreen content. And also you're going to have this content on your website, which could be really cool. And you could feature a few videos that can then tie into the communities that you serve. And you could be showing them the communities that you serve even before they move into that community. So even if you say, for instance, are talking to a future buyer, get them pre-qualified, looking at different homes in different communities, you potentially could even send them a video or a playlist of your videos that are on YouTube to your future buyers of the communities that you work in and serve. So outside of you just driving them around, which you can visually show them things, but then they could also potentially be able to have the opportunity of being able to watch videos before they actually drive in the car with you. And then they could say, oh my God, yeah, I watched that video of this community. I'm super excited. One of my favorite communities. It ties in everything, which is really cool and something that I would recommend. Number 11, you potentially could do a map. Imagine having a map that showcases the communities and areas that you serve. And this map could be able to have the videos feeding in. It could have parks, it could have schools, it could have all types of things, which I'll show you here in a second before our video is over. So you can be able to showcase, say, subliminally the areas that you serve by showcasing and highlighting the actual communities on your map or cities you want to be able to showcase. And then from there, you can tie in the videos we talked about earlier, client testimonials we talked about earlier. All this stuff ties in. And then also Bing, Google, and Yahoo will then see that you have the map and you have the guides. And if you have video blogs, you can get more exposure. So many cool things you could do with this. And this is definitely something that I would recommend thinking about. And we actually help you out with these maps if potentially this is something that excites you. Number 12, having your Instagram feed in, have everything just automatically go to your website. On the bottom of your website page, they can go to your Instagram and they can follow you on your Instagram. Just be careful because Instagram, as soon as they go there, there's a lot of other things that they could do. And you want to make sure that you premeditate the process of what they're going to be going through before you actually go through the process. So that way you can be able to have more success and not have them go to Instagram and get lost. And you want them to keep on one location, like on your website. And the number one thing you want them to do is set up a meeting with you or download a guide so you can get onto your email and you can keep top of mind. So now we're getting close to the end of the video. I want to show you some examples. We're going to go over here, the original living in Houston, Texas site. So buy side, sell side, explore. If I go to the buy page, you'll see a couple of the things that I was talking about here. They like to maximize out of the 12. We just went over a couple of these. So this is the get started next steps intake form I was talking about earlier. Are you 3, 6, 12 months out? What's going to be your budget? You move on. Next, that is, do you have a preferred lender? What areas are you interested in? Then down here, they could start searching for homes. And then down here, they could download, get access to the Houston guide. They can find out what individuals are saying about them. Then they can call or text. This is a very simple page. There's so much more you could do with it. Like I talked about earlier, the map. Here's going to be the map that could be potentially on there. If I go to Houston, here's going to be examples of featured videos, top schools, featured listings, top places. Here's going to be videos that could feed in directly into, say, the buy page. So any, like, say, playlist that you have within YouTube could automatically feed into your buy page, FYI. Search for homes, and then you have top rated schools, Houston guide yet again. And then this is going to be like dining, coffee, explore the area. What do you want? Shopping, right? And then call or text at the bottom. So those are some just visual cues I want to give to you so you could be able to see what these guys are doing over here. Now, I want to give you some call to actions. Now, what I would recommend is we're linking this video with our guide. We're going to be giving you a guide to this video. The guide will be linked down below. You can go ahead and download the guide, and then be careful of the 12 pages. If you're a new agent, you potentially can have all 12. You may not have like all the testimonials, all the videos already filmed, and you might have to film some videos and get some testimonials and line some stuff out and find out specifically what communities you want to work in. If you're already seasoned, you know that. If you're a new agent, this might take you some time. From there, we would love for you to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and download that guide. If you want to set up a strategy call with us, no obligation, you can do that. And we'll be more than happy to talk to you about looking at your strategy, looking at what you're currently doing, and seeing if we could potentially be of service, if it meets the budget. And if it doesn't, rip off, repeat. Everything we talked about is yours for free. God bless, take care, and we'll see you all on the next one.